Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, let's talk about the truth about the 1.99% financing that just got released on the Tesla Model Y. There's really four things that you need to be aware about if you're looking to place this order. And don't worry, if you've got a pending Model Y order that you placed before this, let me give you some steps because I've been reading a bunch of you out there with your comments and you're canceling them, which I don't actually think you need to do. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you've got a question you want to ask me directly, you can do that on my Patreon group down below in the description. And today's live stream is partnered with Aura, where you can protect your online identity. We're sponsored by Aura, where you can protect your online identity and much more, but more on that later. So in case you missed it, Tesla now finally has 1.99% financing, a promotional financing rate on the brand new Tesla Model Y. We've talked about this yesterday. This is only 2 months after the Model Y release, so a little bit of a roller coaster, right? I mean, technically the Model Y was announced in January, but delivery started in March. Of course, with the launch series, they quickly removed that about a month later. And then now in month 2 with deliveries, they've got the all-wheel drive and they've got the 1.99% financing instead of the 5.49% financing. And so very interesting to see. And the biggest kicker with this is that I really like how they went all the way up to 72 months as the term. And so really that's like the big thing that you need to be aware about. You can go up to 72 months, 60 months, or even lower, and you can still get that 1.99% financing. On top of that, if you read through all the different terms here, you do have to put 15% down and you have to put a good amount down with the 7,500, and you can use the actual 7,500 as part of your amount down to qualify for it. So you can see right here we only got like $4,000 down. We can even switch this down to like $1,000 down and it still qualifies for that 1.99% financing for the term of the brand new Tesla Model Y. And if you don't want to put any money down, you can, but you might have to still pay taxes and fees and put that money down, but then it would just go up to a 2.99% interest rate, which at the end of the day, if you look at it, like we just did some rough math here, $50,000 Tesla vehicle, of course, it's a little bit lower, but depending on how you spec it out, if you keep the loan all the way to 72 months at 1.99%, you can see that your total interest is $3,000 over the course of what, 5-6 years, give or take. And the opportunity cost is that, I mean, I would imagine you will be able to turn that $50,000 into much more than $3,000 or what's $500-$600 a year over that same term. Of course, 0% financing means you pay no interest at all. So that, of course, that would be like the best deal, but it's way better than what, the 5.59% interest on the Tesla vehicle and other vehicles that have been in the same type of boat here. Because if you had to pay 5.59% interest, you can see it is almost $9,000 in interest. So Tesla is really cutting the interest in half by promoting this offer. And just to give you some idea of how much an interest it is and for the total amount of the Tesla vehicle. And so certainly that's just things you need to keep in mind of. Now, maybe is 0% financing on the way? I would say no, not in the near term. So if you need a vehicle now, or at least even in the next 3 months or so, because we might not be able to see 0% on the Model Y, maybe mid quarter 3, but definitely I think we might see it in like quarter 4. Tesla's really going to see how well or not well this interest rate financing promotion does for the brand new Tesla Model Y and really putting it to the test for this vehicle. And so certainly we've been waiting for this a while. And the biggest thing with the fine print here is that if you have the $2,000 loyalty offer on the Tesla Model Y, you cannot combine it with this. And you can kind of see that, I mean, that total interest is $3,000. So you can see where they're using this incentive, or at least you can see from their perspective how they're getting to this total incentive that they want to incentivize on the vehicle is about $2,000 to $3,000 to get these sales out the door and everything. And so certainly, unfortunately, if you've got both of the $2,000 loyalty incentive and the special financing, you cannot stack them both. So I would say maybe try and finance it for a shorter term and try and pay it off as quickly as you can so you don't pay off all this crazy interest with the vehicle. And the biggest thing is this, I certainly have been seeing a lot of different comments in the chat that like saying, quote, I quickly canceled my Model Y and ordered another one. I don't actually think you have to do that. And so if you're pending in limbo, I would hate for you to waste that $250 extra deposit again. I would simply just message the Tesla advisor in the app or whatever it is and say like, hey, I saw that there's 1.99% financing now. How can I get it? And in the past, what we've seen is that people just had to reapply with again another credit application, or worst case, they would make another order and then the Tesla advisor were able to get that credit on the original 250 applied to the new one. One thing is for sure, if you're looking to be buying a Tesla vehicle or any order or any discount or whichever, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code just like the one down below in the description so you can get 3 months of full self-driving on your Tesla vehicle. You got to click it open first down below, then head on over to Tesla's website, pick the terms. You actually don't even have to pick whatever terms you want. All you need to do at this point is figure out your build, maybe even take a look at inventory vehicles, and then place a deposit, which is a $250 non-refundable deposit. And if you're worried on if you don't know if you're going to get approved or not, there is a get pre-qualified button right here. It's a super soft inquiry, maybe even like a 0.5 type of inquiry in which you can actually put in your information and Tesla will see if you might be able to get approved or not. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you've got the offer or anything, are you proceeding with your 1.99% financing on the brand new Model Y? If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up, my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data like your addresses, phone numbers from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it and you should too. Thanks for that, everyone. Blueberry, thanks for coming in. Atrium, great to see you. Keller, thanks for coming in. And RC, great to see you as well. I forgot to show you guys this as well. I thought this was pretty funny from Tesla owner Silicon Valley. They posted this Toyota Prius, or I guess maybe a Model Y, but I guess they just debadged it completely and put Prius logos and Toyota's logos on it. Pretty hilarious to see that. Atrium, the advisor I spoke with said black and white, you have to cancel the order placed before May 2nd if you want the 1.99. Click estimated taxes and fees, though, it changes to 2.99. That makes sense because when you actually look at the numbers, then it will say whether you need to see how much you actually need to put down to get that right amount of down payment. And so if we throw it on here, we can see that, yeah, it looks like you do need to put a hefty amount down to do that 10%, which makes sense because when you factor in taxes and fees on a $50,000, $45,000 vehicle, it could amount to $4,000 to $6,000 on top of the normal price and everything. And so if we take a look at it, you need about $10,000 down, maybe $9,000 down to get the 1.99% financing on a Model Y in California, which is one of the highest cost of purchasing states out there. Keller, what do you think of the what do you think, or Chad, think of a 2121 Model 3 with 77,000 miles for $18K? Is that 18K before the $4,000 EV tax credit or after the EV tax credit? That's my question for you on that one, because it sounds like a decent deal as long as you get a warranty of sorts. And that's where our partner Amber comes into play, because they've got a month-to-month warranty that you can get on any Tesla, which is well worth it instead of paying like that four, five, $6,000 upfront or whatever it may be. RC, thanks for coming in. Sleepy pre-qualification could change when you actually pay 250 when you place the order. Yes, pre-qualification is like a super soft inquiry. It kind of gives you a little bit of analysis. I would take it with a massive grain of salt. Really, the only way is if you want a super quick answer, then you need to find an inventory Tesla Model Y in stock, see one that actually is available for order in like the next few days, and then see you can place the deposit, because then you could do the credit application ASAP, because your delivery will be in like a week or two for the hard inquiry and all the different things like that. Mr. G, 2000 loyalty is not better than 1.99 because you still get $500 loyalty. Mr. G, great point, especially if you own a Tesla already, like you continue to, then yeah, then certainly it's not good at all, because I would forfeit the $2,000 and just get the 1.99. Unless you, I mean, there's definitely credit unions out there. My friend who I just talked about the other day about buying at Model Y and stacking all those crazy incentives that we talked about in the video the other day, got 4.5% or 4.7% through a credit union. So it's a little bit of a wash depending on like, do you want the 2000? Do you want, or you have your own outside financing? You can see how we're really just figuring out thousands or one to two thousands of dollars between the two deals. And if you're wondering how he got 4.7%, it was on our credit union list down below in the description that you can get from joining our Patreon, which you can get the ultimate Tesla buying guide after that. I only put 4K down and messaged my advisor. They put in a ticket to get the 1.99%. Nice, congrats. And so it seems like there was a workaround. So nice little hack for sure. Maybe send me some screenshots of that so we can itemize that from Tesla and maybe show other people how a little bit of a workaround. But I imagine your credit was good, and that is always the case. Like if you got good credit, you can always, dance around with Tesla financing, and it's called rehashing your deal, where they will take a look at it, see if there's another bank, because Tesla financing is not actually Tesla financing. When you take a look at when you're buying a Tesla vehicle and applying on this website right now, your loan might not actually be through Tesla finance at the end of the day. It could be Chase, Bank of America, Santander, all these other different banks. Tesla finance is like an intermediary in which they set you up with other loans so that you can go ahead and take purchase of your vehicle at the end of the day. In this next topic, new Model Ys are in stock everywhere. This is definitely a sign of demand, and probably the biggest reason why 1.99% financing is here. Taking a look at Tesla's website, we've got plenty of Model Ys actually being shown on Tesla's inventory now. Funny timing for sure, because our usual inventory tracking chart where we can see like the spike of Model Ys and everything has actually been taken down and no longer functioning anymore. It seems like Tesla really wants to hide their inventory counts from whatever the case may be. But it was fun to see all the different inventory counts, and maybe that ship has sailed at this point, or maybe they're working on a workaround. But we got what? Stealth gray, white, ultra red, more stealth gray, quicksilvers, the blue, which is really nice, and we've got launch series editions as well. This one is a launch series, a white one in our area that is available for a Tesla purchase. The one color that is missing though is going to be that space black. Would love to see them for sale. And the biggest thing with this is now that we've got inventory posted on the inventory websites, the next step is going to be inventory discount. And so mark my word, my prediction is that we're going to see some little itty bitty inventory discounts later on by the end of this month, or definitely by next month, because you got to think about it. What are these vehicles that people are test driving in the Model Y currently, and when will those get out of test drive services and go into inventory for sale? That is one of the biggest reasons why there's Tesla inventory vehicles that are out there. And so certainly very interesting to see. And if you're looking to purchase any of these, I would highly recommend finding them in inventory first so that you can see that it actually exists with the VIN and ready for purchase by location and everything. And of course, then after that, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle upon purchase. But let us know, did you order one directly from inventory? I mean, certainly Colton posted this yesterday. We are seeing plenty of Model Ys adding up, stocking up at Tesla inventory locations. This, of course, was in Loveland, Colorado, which completely different market from where we're at, but probably a just small sign or a sign of how much inventory is stacking up across nations, across the US at various inventory lots that are out there. And so let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. And the funny thing with that is that, we talked about Jowa and all the different accessories. I actually got a flat tire the other day. We caught a nail on the sidewall, and the inflatable tire pressure monitor or inflatable charging solution kit worked super well. And so I just pulled it out. It was already charged. And of course, I got USB-C as well, so I could charge it in the vehicle, inflated the tire up from like 15 psi to like 35 psi, and of course went straight to a tire shop after that. And so really cool and handy actually to have something like this with you and compact. It's got a nice case and everything. So definitely shout out to Jowa. When will we see the Model Performance NV? Great question. I want to see the Model Y Performance. Looking for a Model Y Performance Quicksilver. Yeah, me too. And I think at this point, maybe it's going to be next month. Maybe it could be Q3. I mean, at this point, I feel like a lot of different things are going to be happening in Q3 because we've got maybe Model S, maybe Model X. We got maybe cheaper Model Y. We've got Model Y 7-seater, Model Y standard range, long range rear-wheel drive, and of course, we've got Model Y Performance. A lot of different models that Tesla is looking to roll out. And I guess the big sign might be if they start to incentivize some of these other models more heavily. Like if we start to see more Model S and Model X incentives deals and which I feel like we're kind of not seeing at the moment, then maybe that would give us a massive signal on what's to come. Which is better, 1.99 or the 0 down at 2.99? Good question, because if you take a look at like how much down payment you actually need, like for instance, like we're taking a look at this Model Y, you'll need about $9,000 down with taxes, fees, and everything, at least from their estimator, to get that 1.99. So the question to you is, or the question really is, like, how much interest are you going to be paying 1.99 versus 2.99? So we've got our handy dandy calculator here. You can see it's already structured for like a hypothetical Model Y deal. And of course, I guess I forgot about, there is a 7,500 federal tax credit. So we could get even more granular with this. So like here, so $50,000 Model Y, 1.99, 7,500. You can see that actually it's even less because you need $9,000 down. So you're financing way less on top of that. Your total interest is $2,000. So you can see, I mean, that's a lot, but it's also not a lot. Like if you look at the grand scheme of all of this. So let's say, but now you take that 9,000, put it back in your pocket, and you're going to be doing it 2.99 now. And you'll see that the interest really doesn't go up like terribly. I forgot our 0 down payment. Now we go up from 2,000. So basically double the interest, $2,000 more in interest, but now you have $9,000 in your pocket that you can maybe try and invest over that 5-year, 6-year term instead. So tomato, really, and see. It really has to, if you've got if you've got some sort of way to make more than the 1.99 or 2.99, and I'm saying like 10, 20, 30% more, then that choice should be obvious to you. If you don't, like most people, I feel like, instead of like trade 4% or something like that, I mean, even then it's not worth it. I feel like you might as well just pay it off instead of having a higher interest rate. Like the arbitrage between like zero point 0.5 or 1%, I think it's just not worth the headache to keep monitoring that, because you do get taxed on the interest savings rate as well. And so it's just a little bit of a different things you need to kind of go back and forth with too. I mean, we could just ask ChatGPT and see which one is the better financial analysis between the two. And this next topic, Lucid Gravity, one of the vehicles I'm most excited for as the SUV that it is now finally available for test drives, viewing, showrooms, and also hitting different locations in the US. And I wish I could make it down to this area, but it's a little bit late at this point. But Lucid Motor events for the Gravity Studio Tour happening in May of this year, or May right now. So if you're in one of these locations, definitely maybe put your question or put the calendar invite. We got Newport Beach right now ending today. Dallas, Texas next at May 8th through 10th. West Palm Beach, May 15th through 17th. McLean, Virginia, May 22nd to 24th. And White Plains, New York, May 29th to the 31st. So you can see it's going to be a very busy time for the new Lucid Gravity. Lucid Studio and Service Center grand opening in Rutherford, New Jersey. EVS Saudi Arabia 2025 earnings call and much more after that. And then Electrified Dex Expo in Dallas from May 24th to the 25th. If you're looking for a full list, they've got a website here, lucidmotors.com/events. But certainly I was hoping to maybe try and get into one of these, but it was a little last minute. But our friend Sherwin was able to get to the Lucid Gravity, and I really like Sherwin's perspective. So maybe go check out his channel if you want to, because not only has he's got a Cybertruck right now, he's got a Model X and many of Model Y as well. And he's had plenty of historical experiences with Tesla vehicles through service centers and everything. And so Sherwin wrote, test drove the Lucid Air and got to sit inside the Gravity. Videos in a couple weeks. I'm so behind, but wow, I can see the price where it's at. Luxury and build quality from my initial impressions. Let me know if you own a Lucid. Stay tuned for the videos. Got one Lucid Air and got another for the Gravity coming soon. Yeah, the Gravity's got me hyped for sure, because it does seem like a very nice vehicle, especially the interior of it is very nice. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. Were you able to jump into a Gravity vehicle and take a look at it? Maurice, hopefully I said that right. Newbie question. If I do the lease to buy, are they going to deduct your lease payments for the total amount of the ownership once you buy it? Essentially, yes. Basically, leasing is just another way of financing your purchase, but instead of financing the whole thing like a traditional financing, you're essentially only financing what you use, that 3-year lease or 2-year lease, and you're really financing the depreciation. At the end of your lease term, you get a residualize or residual value buyout, which is going to be 60% of the vehicle, 70%, or maybe even 50% of the vehicle. It's actually all written out in your contract beforehand. So on the day you actually take delivery, or days before you actually take delivery, you get a contract that says, like, hey, in 3 years, when your lease is up, you can either turn that lease vehicle back into Tesla, or you can purchase it at a predetermined price, whether it's like rough numbers here. If it's a 50K Model Y, maybe like 25, 30K. Instead, then you can then try and figure out financing for the rest of that amount and keep the vehicle, or you could just give it back to Tesla. Usually people that lease, they want to jump through vehicles over and over. They don't care about the vehicle in the end, and so they give it back to Tesla. And actually, it's almost smarter in some situations to lease with electric vehicles and newer technology vehicles, because of how rapid and how fast the technology improves. And so that's just like my TLDR pitch on why leasing could make a lot more sense for a Tesla vehicle or electric vehicles. And is the long range all wheel drive available? Yes, it actually is. You can see it's in inventory available, and it's not the long launch series. You can just get the base regular version. And if you're looking to purchase one, or if anybody's looking to purchase any Tesla, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self driving added to your Tesla vehicle. Lewis, between buying legacy Model Y Performance or new Model Y, Ooh, that is a tough one for sure. I guess it really depends on like how much cheaper that Model Y Performance is, the used one. If it's like 25, which I don't know if any of them are, maybe like early 2021s, I don't even know if that's a good decision either because I mean a new one, yes, it's 1.99. Yes, it's going to be 43 after the tax credit, give or take. I mean, but you get 4 years of warranty, the latest technology, the newest redesigned and how well it is with the suspension, comfortability, and everything. I would say if unless you're like a performance junkie, like you love the speed, you're gonna take that Model Y to the track every single month, weekend, or whatever it may be. But even then, it's a little bit over an overkill as well. The Model Y long range all-wheel drive, the current one, the new one, is a great people hauler at the end of the day. In this next topic, Cybertruck prices are crashing. I think this is the best deal yet. $66,000 for, of course, a used one. Brandon and our friend Adam posted this Cybertruck for sale. We got a buy and out price of $66,000. And if you take a look closely, you'll actually see that, hey, this is a black wrap Cybertruck. This is a Cybertruck that has tints already, plus a light bar, aftermarket, of course. And on top of that, it is a Foundation Series Cybertruck with full self driving and all the other different things that come with it. It's got 16,000 miles on it. And for a price of $66,000, that is definitely depreciating very, very, very fast for sure. But certainly very interesting to see these prices go even lower and lower. And makes sense at the end of the day. I mean, taking a look at some of the auction prices, we can see 60s are, we are here in the $60,000 range. Of course, high $60,000 range for Cybertruck prices in terms of what's being sold dealer to dealer, auction to auction. If you take a look at cars.com, you can see the lowest Cybertruck price in the nation is $67,995. And so, if the price of the new side keeps getting lower with incentives, the used side will continue to get lower and lower with all the other different incentives that are out there. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this. And that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners. And I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there. 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones. And by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic.